Infectious Off-Road was founded in 2006 in Bakersfield, California by G.J. Lusich and Brian Choate. Brian lost interest in the club after the first year, so G.J. became our fearless leader. Infectious Off-Road really wasn't an off-road club in the traditional sense. It was simply a format for local Kern County off-roaders to hook up online and go on runs together. This innovative approach to wheeling allowed people to join a run without the hassle of joining a club, paying club dues, following strict rules, or being excluded because you didn't fit in. Basically, if you could plan or join a run with the click of the mouse, and there was no obligations at all. The first year saw only a few members, but a couple things happened that skyrocketed interest in off-roading, and Infectious Off-Road was poised to take advantage of all of this. The first thing that skyrocketed Infectious Off-Road was that they were the first off-road club in the area to heavily utilize the internet and information technology to connect with fellow off-roaders. The forum, like the club, has virtually no rules, which resulted in a party-like atmosphere where anything was possible. So in addition to planning runs, posting run reports, and talking tech, the forum was a fun escape for thousands of local off-roaders who relied on Infectious for their daily dose of shit-talking and entertaining rhetoric. It was the golden age of the internet forum, and Infectious took advantage of it. The second thing that helped Infectious Off-Road burst open with membership was the introduction of the four-door Jeep JK in 2007. Jeep couldn't keep four-door Wranglers on the lot, and hundreds of thousands of new off-roaders were desperately searching the internet in order to hook up with a group to hit the trails with. And Infectious Off-Road was already in a great position to take advantage of this. By 2011, Infectious Off-Road runs sometimes had over 60 rigs on them, and it wasn't uncommon to have well over 100 people at our meet and greets, which got pretty crazy sometimes. A lot of people compare a group like Infectious Off-Road. We're kind of like not the outcast of the off-road community, but we're kind of like an outlaw off-road club. We're not a member of Cal 4 Wheel. We don't affiliate with anybody or anything. We're just kind of a bunch of wild people that get together with no rules and do our thing off-road. There's other clubs like that in California. You got the Tin Benders down south, the Pirates of the Rubicon up north, and we're kind of along those same lines. We like to wheel hard, we like to party hard, and a lot of people don't like us for that. I remember years ago we show up in Utah and in Moab, and everybody's come up to us. Oh, they're letting you Infectious Off-Road guys here. Had the same thing happen at San Hollow. Had the same thing happen at Johnson Valley. Our reputation kind of precedes us, and sometimes that's an unfortunate thing because we're a really good group of people. What are the OGs, or as Brad called them, original genitals? The way we look at it is like this. People constantly come and go in the off-road world. And the 4x4 lifestyle is basically just a passing interest to them. But the real Infectious Off-Road OGs are members who've been active in the club for many years. They attend functions, they go on a lot of runs, maybe they plan some stuff, And most of all, they aren't afraid to run the Infectious Off-Road logo on the rigs on the trail, a big FU to the world. ROGs basically have dirt in their blood and rocks in their brain, and off-roading's a lifestyle rather than just a temporary hobby they get in and out of. So here's some profiles of some of our OGs, and I hope I offend a lot of you because you assholes deserve it. GJ is the club founder, and to this day, he's the heart and soul of Infectious Off-Road. Unlike other members who cut up their trucks to run 40s or moved on to rock buggies, GJ still wheels the same LJ on 35s that he started the club with back in 2006. GJ enjoys getting everyone around him drunk while he secretly remains sober. He wants to stay sober enough to remember seeing your wife's boobies. That's my theory anyways. But If you babysit him and force him to drink, he goes down pretty fast. I think we've proven that. Harry and Larry Franco are identical twins, and they deliberately like to fuck with our heads by maintaining the same hairstyle and facial hair. Did they ever do the swaparoo? I don't know. I've asked many times and they won't tell me. They may look the same, but they're actually polar opposites. Larry is the slow and steady guy that doesn't like change. Larry rocked a JK for years before switching to an XJ. Larry's devoted to his girls and his New Orleans Saints. By contrast, though, Harry seems to have a new rig every couple years. He really can't make up his mind, and he switches rigs as much as he switches careers. But Harry loves helping out his fellow combat veterans by supporting veterans groups and veterans causes. Big Henry Garcia was there when Infectious Off-Road was founded. He was on the first run and continues to be an active wheeler today. Let me tell you, I lived in Oildale and hung out with the best examples of white trash on this planet. And trust me when I say that this big Mexican is the biggest redneck I know. His wiring expertise caused his beloved TJ to burn to the ground, though. Henry replaced his TJ with a little 4.3 powered rock buggy, and he now wheels harder than ever. It's a sweet little buggy. AJ Torres is a longtime member and the one that actually suggested that I join Infectious Off-Road while we were on a run in 2008. AJ loves Cherokees about as much as he loves changing his name. Desert Dog, MFDD, and Titty Master are the names bestowed upon the bald one. Yep, yours truly, motherfucking Desert Dog. I've laughed, cried, and stumbled drunk through camp with these degenerate bastards for over 10 years, and I've probably stacked over 100 tons of rock for these horrific drivers in this club. I'm on my 5th Jeep, a 2008 stretched JK on 40s. But, when I got sick of beating on the Jeep and throwing money into it, I added a rock buggy to my collection in 2011. So now I take the Jeep on mild runs, and I use the buggy for runs that require both testicles. Oh, and did I mention? I love to party.
Strong, gripping hard, acting fast, singing songs. Me and my boys. Me and my boys get drunk.
Dale was one of the first people to buy an FJ Cruiser, throw a 1-ton rear end and 37s on it, and then realize that it's not a Jeep. Dale is the one guy who can party till you can't understand what he's saying, then keep going till you do understand him. Dale's drunken Facebook posts are the stuff of legend. Brian Hill is a man among men. Outdoorsman, off-roader, shit talker, and all-around good guy. Brian almost gets a divorce every time he drinks my moonshine, yet he's always begging me for more. Brian has fantastic taste in pornography, as can be seen from his numerous likes on Facebook. Brian and his wife Michelle are two of the nicest people you'll ever meet. Jeff is a larger-than-life personality that's hard for awesome people not to love. He loves drinking, ass play, motorboating, and playing in the mud. He drives a monster sub that he loves to do crazy shit in. He literally destroys his Suburban every couple years, then rebuilds it only to do it again. Also, nothing in the sexual realm is beyond Jeff's understanding, no matter how unnatural or bizarre it may seem. I've seen Jeff make a room full of strippers blush before. Jeff never judges anyone, well, unless he's judging your breasts. Becca is the awesome off-road chick of the club. She's on her third Jeep, and these aren't her husband or boyfriend's Jeep, but her own Jeep that she drives and works on herself. Yep, a chick that changes her own oil, installs her own lifts, wheels the big rocks, and still has time to cook dinner and satisfy her man. She joined the club because she wheels harder than most men. She truly is one of the boys and can wheel, stack rocks, turn wrenches, talk shit, and drink beer with the rest of us. The most amazing thing about Becca, well, other than her boobies, is her ability to have perfect hair and makeup at all times, even during a week in Johnson Valley or on the Rubicon Trail. It's amazing. What Joshy lacks in size, he more than makes up for in balls. This guy will literally try to climb anything, and his little samurai buggy is often up to it. Josh does everything for one or two reasons. Because you told him he can't do it, and because he fucking can. He's a free bird, actually more like a hard-ass pterodactyl. Josh's claim to fame is that he's always late for everything. It's so bad that we call it Mouton time. He's perpetually been starting a new buggy for the last 3 years. Well, we'll see where that goes. Come on, Josh, you know we're talking shit. Zach is the guy who shows up for runs every year in a different Jeep. He'll put countless hours of work and piles of cash into a Jeep, only to sell it and build another one. Zach's a proud veteran, dedicated off-roader, and all-around good guy. Well, unless you try to throw a bottle of tequila at his head. Justin and Francis are members of all the local off-road clubs. Justin has a green YJ affectionately known as Jeep Deer. Justin insists that he's a great driver, then breaks his shit with bad driving, then wonders why Francis is mad. Well, finally, Francis got her own Jeep, a four-door JK, and likes to show Justin what it's like to wheel without breaking shit. The Branches are one of the coolest off-road couples you'll ever meet. Roger's the guy who makes Jeep guys lose sleep at night. His Toyota would do things that would make Jeepers tuck their dicks between their legs and bow out. As our Jeep and buggy builds got more extreme, so did Roger's Toyota. Roger's hardcore, proving that Toyota gearing is low enough to exit the truck, make a drink, and then get back in. Most of us build our rigs to compensate for lack of penis size, but Roger built his rig to compensate for lack of horsepower. In case you haven't figured it out, Mark is Roger's brother. Like his brother, Mark is a Toyota guy who really knows how to wheel. Mark's career as a professional strip flippy cup player came to an abrupt and painful end. Sorry, Mark.
I'm gonna.
Appendex.
There, famous Appendex.
Famous Appendex.
There we go.
The little sluice box. Woohoo!
Did it.
Brad was the shit stirrer of the club. Yeah, he was a drama queen at times, but, he was the most hardcore motherfucking dude on any run he attended. He bought a brand new Jeep Rubicon, destroyed it, and then cut it in half and made a buggy. Unfortunately, Brad died tragically in 2014, but as long as you live as an active member of Infectious, you remain an active Infectious member even in death. He was an expert level shit talker, avid off-roader, proud Army veteran, husband, friend, and asshole, all rolled into one perfect little Jewish package. In our hearts, we know that Brad's still with us when we're on the trail. Brad's favorite trail was SOS in Johnson Valley. We plan on putting up a plaque and some of his ashes there next year. Vicky is the resident liberal of Infectious Off-Road. You know, the one that votes for people that want to close our trails down. But The self-defeating nature of liberalism aside, Victor's actually one of the nicest dudes you'll ever meet. Rather than rock crawlers, Victor loves building expedition vehicles, but unlike most overlanders, Victor actually takes his vehicles off-road. His current Land Cruiser has been on everything from Swamp Lake to BC 109 and even the Rubicon Trail. Victor really likes to wheel his rigs. Floppy got his name when he had an XJ that he'd repeatedly flop on flat ground. Aaron cut up that XJ and tried to make it a juggy, but then said fuck it halfway through and built a 7.3 liter diesel rock buggy instead. Aaron's the club clown, who performs crazy belly dances and random acts of nudity without the influence of alcohol. But when alcohol's introduced, his shit gets next level fast. His wife, Brandy, causes a lot of sexual frustration, so it really isn't Aaron's fault that he behaves the way he does. But Aaron's always there to help out a fellow off-roader in need, and we like to call his rig the Trail Turkey. Rob is the Toyota guy that even the Jeep guys like. His passion is running the High Sierra trails, which he does numerous times a year. You know why this Toyota guy is so nice to Jeepers? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because I have pictures of him driving a Jeep that he doesn't want me to share with his Marlin crawler buddies. We'll see. Chris got the nickname Nubs when he lost 2 fingers in an off-road accident. If Oildale ever needed a leprechaun, Nubs would look the part. Chris drives a badass Link CJ that screams old school sexy. Every video of him has people yelling, "Keep your arms inside the Jeep." He also likes to put on shows in his side-by-side for everybody. Chris is the only dude that's ever stolen my underwear. Oh, and he likes to party too. He's a pretty damn good dancer. Eric was so dissatisfied with his Cherokee that was always having mechanical problems, so he bought a Toyota that's also always having mechanical problems. Hey Eric, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. Alright, I'll say it. Alex is the coolest mofo you'll ever meet. He surfs, rocks out, drinks tequila, works on shit, and wheels hard. It's also nice having a mechanic around that'll work for beer. Alex will get his Toyota through anything that can be conquered with 35-inch tires. I've even seen him get through stuff that CERT 37s have a hard time on. Whether it's crawling on rocks with his Toyota or blasting across the desert on his dirt bike, Alex really loves the off-road lifestyle. Renee owns the only Jeep Scrambler still going on runs in the club. Nothing says old school class like showing up to the Rubicon Trail with a Scrambler. Renee has a very busy life, so he only attends a couple of runs a year, but Renee's been with Infectious Off-Road for many years, and he's forged many long-standing relationships in the club. Big Brett throttles through the rock gardens in his TJ that he affectionately calls the Angry Blueberry. Brett is instrumental in keeping the Oxnard chapter of Infectious running. Brett also knows how to talk his way out of a ticket with the Rangers over in Gorman. The core of Infectious Off-Road is our pursuit of the off-road lifestyle. From easy trails to impossible ones, from stock Jeeps to rock buggies, from beginners all the way up to seasoned 4x4 veterans who have a lot of experience on the trail. Infectious Off-Road is all about hitting the trails and having fun.
They're coming down. They're coming down. Just come slow. Keep it fast.
When a Jeep gets a hold of a Toyota, it's like a dog dick and stuck in there.
Hey, and how is the day going for you?
So far, so good.
Okay, very good. Keep at it, man. Keep at it.
Josh it. Yeah! Woo!
Is this say we stick a dynamite in that rock.
Push you around. Better just stay down. You pull away, he hits the flesh, you hit the ground. Mouth so full of lies, tend to block your eyes. Just keep them closed, keep praying, just keep waiting. Waiting for the one. The day that never comes. When you stand up and feel the warmth. But the sunshine never comes. No, the sunshine never comes. Push you cross that line. Just stay down this time. Hiding yourself, crawling yourself. You'll have your time. Gotta make them pay. Take it back one day. I'll end this day. I'll splatter color on this gray. Waiting for the one. The day that never comes. When you stand up and feel the warmth. But the sunshine never comes.
Watch out, guys. Yeah, don't get on the side of it.
Love is a four-letter word, and never spoken here. Love is a four-letter word, here in this prison. I suffer this no longer.
This is this guy's good spotting and this guy's great rock stacking equals this. Oh, and let's not forget this guy's horrible driving skills.
Oh my God, did your push and spider fender just push in your front?
Yep.
There you go. Slowly but surely. When the bike starts to go, time to gas.
Gas.
Oh boy, yeah! You kept the passenger.
Infectious Off-Road members does it take to put air in one tire?
The good ones, because the other one's holding the camera.
You guys are cutting into my beer drinking time.
How the hell can you say that when you got a beer in your hand?
Exactly.
Because I could have two in my hand.
Cleared the rear end. It looks good. Yeah! Woo!
That's just a turn it off and winch.
Distance to whom it may concern. I think I lost my way, getting good at starting over every time that I return. Learning to walk again. I believe I've waited long enough. Where do I begin? Learning to talk again. Can't you see I've waited long enough? Where do I begin? You remember the days we built these paper mountains, then sat and watched them burn. Think I found my place. Can't you feel it growing stronger? Little conquerors, learning to walk again. I believe I've waited long enough. Where do I begin? Learning to talk again. I believe I've waited long enough. Where do I begin? Now, for the very first time, don't you pay no mind. Set me free again. To keep alive a moment at a time.
We got a Suzuki Samurai here. Look at this shit. Look at this. Totally flat ground. Totally flat ground. And the Samurai is stuck. What the fuck? We've been stuck in Odessa Canyon for hours. We're running low on beer. We're running low on patience.
And nobody showed boobies yet.
Why don't we see yours right now?
I want to see your boobies.
Fuck it, we're trapped here. Fuck it, let's just do whatever we have to do to survive. Yeah. Infectious Off-Road isn't just a group of off-roaders that like to drink a lot and break our shit on the trail. You know, we also have a charitable side. You know, and we donate to causes like the Children's Hospital, the homeless shelter, the mental health facility, the American Legion. You know, in addition to this, we also try to do our part to keep the trails open. You know, we donated thousands of dollars to Save the Hammers in order to keep the hammer trails open. The stewards of the Sequoia, the Blue Ribbon Coalition. You know, we really try to do our part to keep public lands open to the public. Our meet and greet started as a group of about 6 or 7 4x4s in 2007, then grew in attendance to over 100 people by 2013. But attendance has currently settled down to a couple dozen rigs. Our meet and greets used to be an absolute shit show of chaos, and we were frequently kicked out of places due to our bad behavior. Although the meet and greets aren't as crazy as they used to be, we still have tons of fun.
Yeah!
I can't.
Go!
I'm home still.
I can't hold a She tied me on me for 42 days.
What the fuck?
Look at this awesome shit right here.
2 weeks old.
This is Josh, Crazy Sammy's driving right here. Look at that. Woo! That's some good driving right there. Look at this Suburban getting raped.
Suburban got raped.
People often say that Infectious Off-Road is a drinking club with a wheeling problem. When they say this, they're specifically referring to our camping trips. And let's face it, we love to party when we camp. You know, we drink a lot, we talk a lot of shit. We like to blow stuff up in the fire pit, Sobe bombs. You know, we dance in a seductive manner. We fuck with each other. And generally, we get totally out of control until either the alcohol runs out or we pass out. You know, like I said, hanging with Infectious is not for sensitive people who get easily offended. You know, you'll see, you know, you're bound to see things that can't be unseen, and you're going to hear things that you'll never forget. But our camping experience is something to behold.
It already has a magnifying glass on it, dang.
It's still got a
Am I sexy enough for you? Am I fucking sexy enough for you?
You damn right, it's Friday night. Grab the bush and the Bud Light. Meet me in the pasture, back in the pines. We in the spot that the cops can't find. Turn up the Jones, turn up the jar. Fire up a smoke, grab that old guitar. We're just
check. Back in the woods, check. We having a party, check. It's gonna get rowdy, yeah. That's what I thought would happen when me and the lax start rapping. JJ gon' do some singing. Country girls start shaking that thing in. Ain't nothing better than being out at the field party. See Bobby Joe drop it low. She got that real body. Man, she can plow a field and she can skin a bug. But it got that big old truck. She's hot and loves to fish. Man, I wish y'all could see exactly what I'm seeing. And if Picasso painted country, this is where he'd be in. Ain't nothing better than tan lines and tailgates. Two-stepping under heaven to a little George
Damn
Strait.
right, it's Friday night. Grab the bush and the Bud Light. Meet me in the pasture, back in the pines. We in the spot that the cops can't find. Turn up the Jones, turn up the jar. Fire up a smoke, grab that old guitar. We're just some good old boys and girls about to get wild. It's going down field party style.
I got some mason jugs, I say let's pass them round. If you ain't getting drunk, you with the wrong crowd. You see that smoke cloud coming from around the shed. Had no shades on, hiding cause my eyes red. Yeah, it's about to be a fun night. Cooler full of Bud Light. Party to the sunlight, sunlight. Yeah, I don't see no law around. Drinking till we all drown. Yeah, that's how we get down, get down.
All them black boys is back again. We coming through, we done brought some friends. We bring the food, we bring the shine. We get the party crunk every time. But I hit that stage, I'm finna sing. And I done drank a fifth of bean, but I don't fall down to the ground. I just hit them with that country lean. Then I get back up and I fill my cup. Come on, Cole, let's crank it up. There's a party back in that right field. Way on past that shine still. Get on in and shut the gate so the cops can't come and regulate. We wouldn't have it another way. It's Friday night, so
You
I say.
damn right, it's Friday night. Grab the bush and the Bud Light. Meet me in the pasture, back in the pines. We in the spot that the cops can't find. Turn up the Jones, turn up the jar. Fire up a smoke, grab that old guitar. We're just some good old boys and girls about to get wild. It's going down field party. It's going down. A field party style. It's going down. It's going down. A field party style.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Easton. Happy birthday to you.
You fucking gangster!
We got a white Nelly.
You gangster, brother!
You gangster, brother.
Okay, got it.
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at this hamburger meat. Oh, hold on. Hold on.
Hold on, Josh, get back over there.
the flap, dude.
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
Oh, he's closed. And don't forget about the famous Infectious Off-Road pyrotechnics displays. You know, there's nothing better around a drunken campsite than blowing stuff up in the fire pit and playing with fireworks. Enjoy.
Hey, that's a great gangster. Oh, good. Let's get some more. All right. They're not lighting. What are you guys doing? Why?
You knew that, didn't you? You asshole.
The true value of Infectious Off-Road is the lifetime friendships that have been formed. We've all become more than just wheeling buddies. We become a family that extends far beyond the trail. We go out together on weekends. We're bridesmaids and groomsmen for each other's weddings. Everybody's wives and children have become good friends. We're all going through life together as a group, and we may have gotten older, but we could still party.
Mr. Worldwide to infinity, you know the roof on fire. We gon' boogie, oogie, oogie, jiggle, wiggle, and dance like the roof on fire. We go drink drinks and take shots until we fall out like the roof on fire. Now, baby, get my booty naked, take off all your clothes and light the roof on fire. Tell her, baby, 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 I'm on fire. I tell her, baby, 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 I'm a fireball. Chico on fire, he no lie. Well, y'all slipping, he's running the game. Now, big bang boogie, get that kitty little noogie in a nice little shave. I gave Susie a little pat up on the booty, and she turned around and said, "Walk this way."
I was born in a plane. Mama said that every word was on my name. I'm the best you've ever had. If you think I'm burning out, I never am. I'm on fire. Fireball. Fireball.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but I don't care what y'all say. Cause as the world turns, y'all boys gon' learn that the Chico right here don't play. That boy's from the bottom of the map, MIA, USA. I gave Susie a little pat up on the booty, and she turned around and said, "Walk this way."
I was born in a plane. Mama said that every word was on my name. I'm the best you've ever had. If you think I'm burning out, I never am. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire.
Fireball.
So over the years, the newness of the four-door Jeep kind of wore off, and people sold them for something more practical in their lives, especially all the soccer moms that were buying the four-door Jeeps, and then all the internet forums collapsed and were replaced with social media. Now even Facebook is collapsing in favor of apps like Instagram. The future of web gathering for off-road enthusiasts seems very bleak, As this transition takes place, Infectious Off-Road has, dwindled down to a core group of off-roaders and friends that keep the lifestyle alive. You know, wheeling survived before the internet by being passed down from father to son, from mother to daughter, you know, from buddy to buddy, and, you know, for the drive to explore the great outdoors. You know, this is also how off-roading will survive in the future when it's no longer part of the internet.
You know I'm a dreamer, but my heart's of gold. I had to run away high, so I wouldn't come home low. Just when things went right, it doesn't mean they were always wrong. Just take this song, and you'll never be left all alone. Take me to your heart, fill me in your bones. Just one more night, and I'm coming on this long and winding road. I'm on my way, I'm on my way, home sweet home. Tonight, I'm on my way, I'm on my way, home sweet home. You know that I've seen too many romantic dreams up in lights falling off the silver screen. My heart's like an open book for the whole world to read. Sometimes nothing keeps me together at the seams. I'm on my way, I'm on my way, home sweet home. Tonight, I'm on my way. Just set me free, home sweet home. Home sweet home. Home sweet home. Home sweet home.
I asked Jeff one time in a strip club, hey man, is the party ever gonna stop? And he told me, brother, the party ain't never gonna stop. And you know what? I believe his ass. I believe him.